Hey, what's up, guys? And I'm back with a brand new episode of What If Naruto Was From Madara's Bloodline, Part 8. Remember to get this one too. 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also, guys, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Was Toji with the inner 8 gates over an Anime King. Yes, I indeed have 5 channels in all. Anime King 2, Anime King 3, Anime Symbol, and Anime Prince. The others will be listed down in the description, so go ahead, daily what ifs, and also comment your ideas on my latest videos, and I'll jot them down for future use. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this? Let's begin now, guys. So the last part that we left off, Itachi woke up as the memories of the past still haunted him despite how much time has passed. However, a part of him was grateful that everyone survived in the end. Naruto had been leader for a few years now, having consolidated power, changing the village for the better. However, deep, hidden away from the face of civilization was Terumi, Raza, the Raikage, and Orochimaru. They were currently discussing the downfall of Naruto and his village. Orochimaru had brought Raza into the fold first. He brought him into the fold. When that had happened, he went to the Raikage, offering him greatness, using the Raikage paranoia against him, telling him that the Uchihas will sway power and take control. Due to how the Land of Fire and the Hidden Leaf was cultivating more strength and power, that played into the Raikage insecurities of being second best, despite his military strength. Thus, he agreed. A stupid choice. Terumi was brought into the fold when her village was on the edge. It's been around 4 to 5 years now that her village has been recovering from the massacre of, well, everything. The purge, the bloodline war, it was hard on them, hard on their people. So many lost their life, so many died. But now here they stood. They were stronger. They were better. And she couldn't allow for that to change. Thus, they planned to strike Konoha during the Chunin exams. We then get to see a unit team fighting together. Mito, Sasuke, and Sakura. They face a man known as Suyen trying to take over the Land of Waterfalls. This was Team Hokage. Naruto selected them himself. Mito was already a show-in. Sakura, her and Sasuke talents was noticed by Naruto. Despite her seeming like just a bookworm in the beginning, due to Naruto bringing Tsunade back, he was able to utilize her efforts in turning Sakura into more than a medic. She was taught about the human form. Now she specialized in using her needles to block pressure points, to trigger eruption within your body. The girl had become a walking disaster. At such a young age, powerful, terrifying. Her parents were overjoyed learning that their own daughter was chosen to be trained by the Hokage himself. Sasuke was a Uchiha. his pride and joy always on the line. Mito was taught by Naruto as well. The team was a well-oiled unit as they took down Suyin by themselves despite having no Jonin Sensei, and this was after he devoured the hero water. Some time passed as they were all selected for the upcoming exam. They went through the exam, showing their skills. When the preliminaries arrived and everyone was there to watch, they got to see a glimpse of Team Hokage. Many were speaking about them, those who knew about them. Their strength was already proven to be great. We got Mito interacting with Jiraiya. She did not hate the man like that much, but it shows that she has a strong reaction for him never being there. Her trust was not gonna be given away that easily. We got to see Naruto and Tsunade talking, drinking. They become drinking buddies. And the day finally arrived, the finals. Naruto greeted each and every one of them, made Terumi, the Raikage, Raza. He greeted them politely as they sat down to have a little conversation about the upcoming exams. They all knew why they were here. The massacre that was about to befall Konoha. However, Naruto was calm. Just a bit too calm. So yeah, that was basically last where we left off. You guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourselves as we begin this new episode. The event was taking place as he stood there. Over the years, his hood remained the same, but you could not see underneath it no matter what. He stood on one of the many buildings of Konoha, gazing towards the arena area. He stood there calm, observing. It's about to begin, he said to himself. This man has been a key factor to helping Naruto. He helped him to learn about what the daimyo has been up to. He helped him with a seal for helping the Hyugas. He delivered scrolls to him before he even knew he existed. Naruto's survival seemed to be something that intrigued him. However, he wasn't alone. A man that claimed to be Madara Uchiha, wearing an orange mask, was by his side. They were working together. He already knew about the upcoming attack that was about to rain down on Konoha. Let us see how you fare against them all, he said to himself, knowing that the battle that will take place shall be spectacular. Meanwhile, that was going on back towards the arena area. Along with the Kages, the crowd down below roared as the first scenes unfolded. The matches were taking place. Naruto sat calmly, his eyes focused on the matches down below. The air had this thick, heavy sensation about it that no one could understand. Well, some could, but they pretend like they did not. But the Chunin exams themselves always carry this revelation more than just simple skills. They reveal intent, ambition, and the hidden seeds of conflict. Down in the arena, Mito adjusted her stance. Her red hair swayed as she faced off against a powerful shinobi from Kumo. Sparks of chakra shimmer around her fists. The clash was brutal. Speed against precision. Raw power against trained and refined instincts. Mito's strike shattered her enemy as she broke right through their guard, and they were done. The Kumo ninja hit the ground, defeated. The Raikage leaned forward slightly, his eyes narrowing on that young one. Knowing, hearing words about her, memories flash about the past, a similar one with the same name. Her power, her instincts was great. Her power will do well within his village. It will do well. Very well indeed, he thought to himself. Another fight, Kira. One of the Mizukage's finest genin stood against a Konoha ninja. His skills were intense, sharp, quick. He ended the match under 5 minutes, showing that he was much more advanced than your normal genin. Naruto gave his compliments on the special ninja down below, as he wasn't afraid to compliment them even though they had won over Konoha shinobis. He respected talent when he see it. As Konoha went up against the Sand next, as Sharingan eye clash with puppet trickery, it was Kankuro versus Sasuke Uchiha. The puppet master's strings went through the ear, but Sasuke's eyes tracked every single movement. He saw them all, evading and dodging before some of them even strike too well. As Sasuke overwhelmed all of his defenses, taking out puppets with well-precise strikes, kunais that were inflamed with fire chakra, cutting his strings. As Kankuro had a kunai pressed against his throat, as he was forced to surrender. Then came the monster. Gaara crushed a shinobi hailing from the rain. His sand, it swallowed, it massacred. The bones break. Many witnessed so many fights so far, but this brutality was something else, something wicked. And then Sakura made her way. Many underestimate her. However, her mind, her focus was something else, and her chakra control. Her opponent did not last long. His chakra fighting his own body on the inside as she blocked off his path using her needles. The crowd watched with amazement, many whispering about these ones. But it wasn't just that. All of the Konoha shinobi seemed to have this confidence about themselves, this something was there. Perhaps it was a new regime of the village. Perhaps it was a new leader of the village. From above, Naruto gaze swept over the field as the leaders around him whisper about talent, the sharpness of the next generation. The second phase of the exam was declared as they were given a time to rest. Once things started back up again, Mito would be facing Gaara. They will be the first to start things off. As the two fighters circle one another, Naruto's voice rang through the box, everyone hearing him very clearly. "Tell me," he said, "are you all truly willing to put your pride on the line?" The Raikage narrowed his gaze. The Kazekage glanced towards him, Mei Terumi glancing as well. As Naruto closed his eyes, his words cutting through the silence, they all heard him very clearly, as he knew the trigger to their chaos. As he saw it, watching it, do you believe that you can stop it? The will of fire, the power that keep my people going. Is your conviction so deep that you're willing to gamble everything on it? Your life, your villages, your continuous existence. His words brought realization. It struck them deep. The Kazekage eyes showing understanding. As they fear, he knew one chance. Just one. Surrender, and there shall be peace. However, none of them took him up on that offer. As chaos ensued, it began. Explosions taking place. Chaos all around them. The box was filled with smoke immediately. Naruto ducked under the Raikage's swipe, aimed to take his head off. The Kazekage-san tried to swallow him, but Naruto was already gone. His robes the only thing remaining. Naruto stood on the building opposite to them. As he stood there, in his armor, his gunbe on his back, his hair blowing with the wind, The Raikage leaped and landed. So did the Kazekage and the Mizukage. However, they were not alone. Stepping from behind, slinkering towards Naruto was the man, the myth, the legend, Orochimaru. Naruto was surrounded by them all. Orochimaru's sound ninjas then quickly surrounded them, erecting a powerful barrier, stopping Naruto ninjas from entering. But the Raikage ninjas did enter. Yes. And also Raza ninjas. And also Meiterumis. All of their guards. They all entered except for Naruto's, as they made sure to go out of their way to stop them with distractions, as chaos was happening all around. Well. What do we have here? A little mouse inside of a snake's trap, Orochimaru said. Did you really believe that we would allow someone like you to take the world? So full of confidence, hope, aspiring for something greater, Orochimaru said, surrounding Naruto. However, I saw through it. I saw your true intentions, and so did they. And now, finally, once and for all, the moniker for the greatest village shall be replaced. Something confusing happened though. Naruto chuckled. That confused them. He should be worried. That is when every single participant that wasn't a ninja, daimyos, leaders, down below civilians, they all vanished, clearing the way. No one was in danger. As ninjas break through the walls, Konoha ninjas were seen on the opposite side, in groups. What's going on? Said Raza. I gave you a chance. I gave you a warning, but you did not take it. If you had the sand and the leaf under your control, with the sand of course, we could have been something greater. However, I guess I'm gonna have to talk to your successor, said Naruto. Raza, looking towards the others, clenching his fists as he opened his mouth to say something. His instincts kicked in, but she was just too close. He was just so unprepared. As blood filled his throat, he tried to pull away. The Raikage was stunned. Raza felt the pain. Even Orochimaru was shocked. Meiterumi held on to the kunai, dripping with Raza's blood. She looked towards it, looking at the others. Raza staggered for a moment as Naruto vanished. He appeared above Raza, his feet raised. Naruto's other leg dropped down to the ground, but the other one, it made an impact with Raza's head, the force knocking everything out of him. But Naruto hadn't reached out before he could be thrown away. He gripped him by the throat. Naruto lifted him and broke his head through the tiles. No hesitation. The kunai dropped from Mei's hand. Naruto gripped it and plunged it through his throat. Blood gushed as his life was instantly taken away, erasing any possibility of retaliation. His two guards backed away in absolute fear. Naruto merely looked at them and they froze. They looked into his eyes. What is this? What the hell are you doing? The Raikage shouted at her. Orochimaru, nervous, looking down to see that everyone was gone. Kumo ninjas, sound ninjas, sand ninjas, they all start to pour in. However, when a Kiri ninja proceeded to kick a Kumo ninja straight in the face through the wall, showing that they weren't allies, chaos ensued. Orochimaru's man was surrounded. as Akira ninjas were fighting on Konoha's side. But it wasn't just them. Massive blimps started to be seen over the horizon as ninjas, clad in chakra armor, descended along with others to face off the retaliation of Kumo, the Sound, the San, and all the others that Orochimaru was able to rally. But even then, Kumo ninjas were that much greater in numbers than majority of them. However, it was quality over quantity as Naruto people started to drop bombs from the blimp. Immediately, ninjas started to target it. These weapons, these advanced chakra weapons, they hail from, damn it, it was the land of snow, one of the most technologically advanced places on the planet, now known as a land of spring. Back inside, Raza was dead. There was no hesitation. He made his move, he was offered a chance, and Naruto did not hesitate. AU that stood behind Meitarumi, along with another that wheel, one of the 7 ninja swordsman blade, the Kiba blades, stood protectively by her side. His hate would never diminish. His pride, to be the best, to be better than you, would always be the thing to keep him back. She looked down towards Raza. It could have been something better, she said. Naruto stepping towards her. I know. The Raikage gazed towards her. So you were with him from the beginning? Yes. Since he saved me and my people. Flashback. It was over 5 years and a couple of months ago. It was due to the announcement that Naruto Uchiha will be taking the seat. The former Mizukage, current at the time, Yagura, decided to go for outside help, finally getting rid of the rebellion forces once and for all. Mei and her people has been leading ever since. When that happened, everything take a 180. She and her people were being overrun, overwhelmed. Every other village denied to help her. She went to Konoha, desperate, knowing that there wasn't much that she could offer but a promise. The reason why most villages stay away because if they did aid her, and they were to lose, they will be on the wrath of Kiri forever, under the mad tyrant. Thus many turned their back on her. Even supporters that just wanted peace looked away when she came. She had went to the Hokage before, but he turned her down. That was the third Hokage, he turned her down. But she decided to go once again, wondering if this new leader would help her, wondering if this new leader would be different. But she didn't have much to offer but a promise. Loyalty, respect for the future. She was granted a meeting as his envoys arrived to inform them. She could be walking into a trap. She could be attacked right here and now. Him using this to gain on good grace with the current Mizukage, but she had no other choice. Her people was desperate. When she met him, she was surprised. They weren't that far off in age. They always say that the Uchihas were handsome, but him, he was working it with this dark, mysterious vibes. Yet, he was so calm, unusually calm, which was strange. Very much so. As they stood there, they were alone. He wanted no guards from either of them, something she had to agree to. He quickly pointed it out, as he made it rather strange when he said it as well. You're in my hands right now, he said. You have nothing to offer me. You're not the leader. You're just a group of people that wish something better. But if you fail, I do take a fail. and your mad tyrant will be after me. So I should turn you down. She knew it, just like the others. Wait, did you say should? Yes, I did. I will offer you my services, myself included. Mei Terumi was taken aback. Do you want me to repeat myself? Said Naruto. No, it's just, you're wondering why I'm doing this. I could say it's because of your beauty. But then again, we both know that I'll be lying, he said. Not to say that you are not a very stunning woman, he said. However, I can see it in your eyes. You've been fighting for so long, for your people, for acceptance. And all you want is peace. But peace is never easy. There's always death, suffering, and chaos that follows. However, I can see that you're someone that will bring greatness to your village when you are elected the leader. She was surprised at him saying that. There was nothing of the sort about that. It is in your future, I promise you. However, if I'm going to do this, I want my name be kept out of it. You're worried, she said. No, not of the sort. I believe in due time that the other nations will rise up against me. And I want you to work for me. Become one of them when they eventually do. Why do you think they will do that? Especially against Konoha. After all, I heard some things. Yes, and they heard some things as well. They see all Uchihas as the same. Their reflection on Madara is always there. And given our similarities, as you can see. Besides, I carry his blood. They will believe the same of me, that I wish to conquer their lands, control their people. She looked towards him carefully. Don't worry. I do not desire to do nothing as such. All I desire is for my people happiness, a purpose, an understanding. So, Mei Terumi, do we have a deal? End of flashback. That was it. That was how they met 5+ years ago. That was how they formed a tight partnership. That was how. Her village was now supporting his along with her allies. The Raikage smirked though. You're gonna regret your action, woman, he said. The next moment, on the opposite side we could see the massive two-tailed cat erupted. The two-tailed Jinchuriki, you've chosen your side. Your village will also be a target, the Raikage said. The cat started to form a tail beast bomb. However, moments after, another surge of chakra could be felt as a massive red fist crashed in its face, knocking it off course. The premature bomb exploding. They were all shocked to see the four-tailed beast standing there defiantly. Forming behind it was the five tails erupting outwards. What the hell is this? Those are... Stone ninjas start to rush into Konoha. They were on their side. They were with Konoha. Damn it. Oniki. Orochimaru cursed under his breath, realizing that they were played. The Raikage fist so tight, he snapped his gaze towards his guard. Bring him in, he said. used a seal to call their backup. Meanwhile, as the stone ninjas rushed inside, I told you to put your pride aside, but you did not. But others listened, said Naruto. Flashback. Mei Terumi had been the one to tell Naruto about Oniki's decision to stay out of it. That is when Oniki was in his office one night when something came. It was a bird But this was no normal bird. Oniki has never seen a bird like this before. This should not be in the land of stone. It had strange feathers. They were gold, red, yellow. It was beautiful. It picked at his window. How did it get so close without anyone noticing it? This wasn't natural. Oniki moved towards the window, cautious when it left a note. When it took off, Oniki noticed that it vanished. The note was there, no traps. As he read it, he was shockingly surprised. Time skip. Against his better judgment, Oniki decided to investigate. The rocky town lay quiet, carved into the bones of the mountains. Only a few deer to pass through here. It was far from any trade route. Too quiet, too barren. As this was where it will unfold, the veteran Oniki stood on the path, his short frame yet standing with authority. No guards, no advisors. He had chosen to come alone. If it was a trap, he would face it himself. After all, he had crushed greater threats with his own hands. At the edge of the town, a single figure waited on a stone bench. Not within the Hokage robes, just a quiet cloak. He sat there. Oniki approached. So, the Hokage stepped down from his mountain to meet me like a wandering shinobi. That is at least bold of you, Oniki said. Naruto's gaze was on the man. I wanted no banners, no ceremony, just the truth, said Naruto. They sat as the winds blew, neither of them wanting to fight. You refuse Orochimaru's proposal. Naruto spoke out aloud. That tell me that you still weigh the future carefully, even if others choose to burn it away. Oniki scoffed. Figures you knew about that. He said, looking at Naruto, hearing about the kind of man that he was. The idea of him knowing wasn't far-fetched. I know more than you think. One of them is already mine. Their whispers reach my ears before reaching their own Kages. Nothing escaped my sight when it comes to my people's safety, Naruto said, as Oniki was watching him very carefully. Naruto did not tell him which one was a spy, but Oniki had an idea who it was. But he did not ask or confirm it. You speak as if you hold the whole war in your hands. Madara used to speak like that. Like he controlled the board. Like he made the move for you. And all of your moves were under his control. And he nearly destroyed the world. I've seen him with my own eyes. What he was capable of, his will, his might, and his presence. It runs through you. I am not Madara. My will is not to conquer. It is to protect. As I've seen how much you've changed back in the days. You would have stopped at nothing to see Konoha burn and all your enemies destroyed, but you come to realize that chaos is not the way. I too don't seek chaos. I will eviscerate those who come from my home, yes, but I will not waste my time facing those that are still in the past. And you have seen the past and decide to step aside, going beyond it, looking to the future. Something that I hope the others would have seen, but they're too blinded, too stubborn by their ways. Go on then, Oniki said. What exactly does the Hokage want from the stone? Naruto was calm. For generation upon generations, the leaf and the stone has always been at each other's throats. Minato Namikaze carved fear into your people. Even before him, clans between different structures of the different villages, when they weren't even united, War until blood soaked the very ground. Oniki knew exactly where this hailed from. The Aberame clan of Konoha was always at war in the past, with another in the Land of Stone that collected bees. The cycle is old. I wish to shatter it, said Naruto. So let it end with us. Just imagine trade flowing between us. Imagine the might of our jutsus combined, not colliding. Imagine a world where our children do not inherit hate, but opportunity. The leaf and the stone, no longer enemies, but true allies. The Hokage leaned back, studying Naruto like he was looking at a rare artifact. Very bold words, and so much dangerous. And yet, you speak it. You'd speak it with such conviction, Oniki said. I speak them because they are the truth, said Naruto. Some things must remain in the past, but this is not one of them. The silence stretched between them. So it is peace that you seek, Hokage. And what of those that wage war against your village? How will the end be seen? What will happen to the innocents? Those that never desire this, those that are brought inside. In order for there to be change, in order for there to be any peace, some sort of destruction will always follow because of past grudges, because of pride. There shall be deaths. But if you don't wish to take my word, you will see with your own eyes. The reality is, in the end, a structure will be formed. There will be no overtaking, no corruption, no control. Just balance, understanding, unification. Oniki was looking at this man, watching him very carefully, truly wondering, could this be a reality that he will live in soon? As Naruto's words struck him deep. End of flashback. This was bad. Orochimaru did not hesitate as he summoned the first and the second. However, the final coffin failed. It failed to come due to the problems of having no soul there. He wasted no time as he placed that kunai in their temple. It does not matter. Once he's dead, the others will realize that it's pointless. He shouted to the Raikage, and then they will back off. And with her death, her people will be reminded of the past, of the purge. I've always hated your face, Meiterumi said. I'm glad I no longer have to pretend like I will associate with you. I'll melt it off into nothingness, she said. Orochimaru licked his lips. I would like to see you try, woman. Well, gentlemen, said Naruto, and ladies, shall we begin? Kill him, Orochimaru said, as the first and second dashed forward. While that was taking place, the hooded man rests, watching the chaos unfold. He was spotted though. Yes, he was spotted by two Kumo shinobis. They thought he was an enemy waiting to snipe them down. There was no hesitation as they came at him, weapons drawn. He did not even look their way. When they landed, their weapons swiped, but he was no longer there. Of all the people, you came after me. The man to the right, he saw under the hood. He saw the face under there. He dropped to the ground, gripping his skull, screaming something was wrong as blood came from his eyes. The other one stepped away. However, the next moment, something sharp hit his back. The hooded man was standing behind him, as he too dropped dead. He brushed his hands off. That is when he turned his gaze, conquer destruction, forcing them to understand that they were overpowered, outgunned. While the Two Tails was trying to fight, another emerged, tentacles, stronger than the two of them, the Eight Tails. The battle immediately shifted. That was until 15 people could be seen, all of them dressed in grey and white. There was a swirl on their chests, a sample of the Uzumaki, the insignia of the Uzumaki. Standing amongst them was a young girl. She wore glasses. Her name was Karin Uzumaki. As she stood there, watching. The next moment, one of these ninjas arrived with Mito. Yes, one of them arrived with Mito. As she stood there with Karin. You ready? They both nodded. As they looked behind at the ninja, the ground beneath them started to glow. The next moment, they found themselves in mid-air, transported. But they were not falling though. They combined their chains. So young and yet, such powerful chains that reach across the sky. They only needed seconds. The ninjas all flashed to their position. The 4 and 5 jumped away, leaping back, leaving the 2 and 8 precisely where they want them. This wasn't normal. But they had to expect the unexpected. That is why seals glow around the entire village. This has been an attack plan for some time now. The one beneath the 8 and 2, restrained by the chains just for a moment. While the girls were strong, these two were powerful, and they were still young. However, the 5 seconds that they needed was done. The light on the ground started to weave into different chains. These were pure red, almost like titanium. They wrapped their body, digging into their flesh but drawing no blood. They bind the chakra of the beasts. The Hokage, pausing in his fight, gazed over in shock, absolutely terrified, unable to believe what he was witnessing. Down below, a massive wave of sand swallowed San, and Kumo shinobis. What the hell is he doing? Shouted the Sand Ninjas. Gaara, Baki shouted, stop this! Why are you attacking us? What Gaara said shocked him. Gaara, the mindless tail beast, the mindless weapon, seemed so calm. It's a part of the plan, he said. Baki's eyes widened in absolute fear. Meanwhile, everything came to a stop for a moment. They all felt it. The power passed down from his ancestors. The power to bring nation, no, the entire world to a stop. It was him. Naruto Uchiha. He's let loose. They were going to see why this was a mistake. Why, amongst this world, he was classified as one of the dangerous, if not the most dangerous, as they would see the depths of who he is today. Despite the peace, example must be shown to make them understand that war was never the option. In order to bring unification, you could do it in many ways, but this way was absolute. To show your enemies that tail beasts, fuinjutsu, all sorts of ninjutsus meant nothing when you had the power to rewrite fate, to change causality, to make reality your own. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification, stay posted. But I'm out for now. Peace.